Time. Kyrie with 37 wasn't enough, though. Take a listen to this.
I think any one of us would definitely take a win over all those, just great stats. Those sound incredible for a first game out for a few great teammates, just first time touching the floor. But like I said, we're not so much consumed about what we can do. We're more or less responsible for, like I said, putting these pieces together and making it work. And offensively, it clearly wasn't enough tonight. We still needed to get stops on the other end. So that's going to be the tale of our season, is how committed are we to that end of the floor.
And with that, we welcome in Chris Broussard. Broussard, good morning. After you watched this last night, how worrisome was the Nets' double overtime loss?
Well, first of all, and I say this in all honesty, it was good to see. It was good to see Kyrie smile. It was good to see him smiling after that game. I really mean that. But look, it's not worrisome. It was actually quite predictable. You guys know I came on here yesterday, and I talked about the Miami Heat as a reference point. 2010, the big three, LeBron, D-Wade, Bosh coming together. Yep. 80 points in a loss in their first game together. And remember, they also started the season 9-8. So it's going to take time no matter who your big three players are. So I actually think last night was just what the doctor ordered, because the offense wasn't terrific. It was disjointed at times. It was my turn, your turn at times, but they still put up big numbers, obviously, against the second best defensive team in the league to this point, which is Cleveland, believe it or not. The big three all got good numbers. The role players, Jeff Green scored. DeAndre Jordan scored. So they saw, despite having a good offensive game, despite the big three all getting their numbers, we still lost because our defense was atrocious. And that's an understatement. Cleveland was the worst offensive team in the league. They're without Kevin Love and their third leading scorer, Darius Garland, and they still shoot 51%, 50% from three. They made Colin Sexton look like Steph Curry. It was that bad, but you just heard Kyrie Irving after the game. When have we really heard Kyrie ever talk about defense? Steve Nash said defense, that is what we have to work on more than anything. So I like the fact that you never heard his mentor. You never heard his mentor, Mike D'Antoni, now an assistant coach with the Nets. You never heard him say such a thing about defense. Defense is commitment and concept, especially when you don't have great individual defenders. If the Nets are indeed committed to not being a failure in everyone's eyes, then they will focus on the defensive end, not get great there, but get good enough to win the East, which is all I've been saying.
Okay. Broussard, the most interesting thing Broussard said there, and I hope it wasn't lost on the audience, is the Cleveland Cavaliers went into that basketball game the worst offense in the NBA, dead last. And they scored 147 points without their second and third best offensive players. So I do agree, the first step to defeating a problem is admitting you have a problem, but then you must actually be able to defeat it. And the Nets do not have the personnel to defeat this problem. I'm sorry, you don't have, other than Durant, a single reliable defender. And they know it, which is why when Sexton was killing them at the end of the game, they literally, if we run the Sexton highlights, what you'll see is every guy on the Nets gets a chance. And the make it, take it Nets couldn't get a single noteworthy stop. And by the way, they also were, just watch Sexton kill them. And they also had 3 opportunities to stop the Cavs in the first overtime, up 3 points, and they failed all 3 times. That's some solid defense by Kyrie. Just give him a shot. I like it. And then KD, you want a chance? That's in your eye, too.
What do you want him to do?
Oh, it was great defense.
That was good defense.
Okay, so
Some of
by the way,
that is good
look at
defense,
this.
Nick. Stop it.
Oh, yeah, and this is good rebounding then. Good defense, good rebounding. They just score every time. Yeah, this is great defense. Hey,
that's good defense.
Let's give him... Oh, it's great defense. Just a 3 made in his eye. That's all. No, it's great. They're fine, guys. They've got 4 guys you can rely on. You have 1 defender you can rely on. The make it, take it Nets are going to annihilate everyone at Drew League and at Rucker. Come the NBA playoffs, though, they're going to have some problems, Brandon. Going to have a bit of problems getting to the finals. They're going to have problems getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
What's up, Brandon?
Jenna, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Don't say that Nick predicted this. This was not a prediction talking about the Nets defense. This was desperation. He know that that's the only thing he can hold on to for the next 2 months. The reality is this. Nobody in the NBA is playing real defense right now. The only teams that's playing real defense are the younger guys like the Cavaliers. That's it. Man, come mid-March, you're going to see who this team really is. It takes time. Nick, you played basketball. You actually played on a really good high school team. When you walked in that gym, the first thing they talked about was defense. The first thing they talked about was communication. That was their first night together. It's going to take time for them to get in the rhythm. Are they going to be a top 5 defense? Probably not. But will they be a defense that can go to the finals, that they can compete? 100%. And whoever they're playing against, there's going to be so much pressure on them to keep up with an onslaught of threes and an onslaught of baskets back to back to back to back. So, Nick, if you want to talk defense, right, because you got 2 months to do it, then let's talk about a glimpse of what you're going to see. Let's roll the tape at 8:30. This is what you saw in the fourth quarter. They went into the fourth quarter down by 9. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. They're down by 13. Now the game is on the line. Now we know, okay, let's go play. We're all together. Everybody's watching us. Everybody's going to be talking about us. And what did we see? Stop after stop after stop. And then, and Kevin, the play that Nick's talking about, oh, Kyrie didn't play good defense. He just let the man shoot it. Man, Sexton had an all-time high in freaking efficiency. There was nothing he couldn't do. They wasn't even supposed to go into double overtime.
Okay, yeah, they shouldn't have. They should have won the game. Because not only is your defensive problem, that's the first game that I watched Broussard when I said, ooh, Steve Nash, rookie coach. You can start to see it flare up a little bit. Well, first of all, you're up 3. You want to foul Colin Sexton? Nope, let him shoot one in Kyrie's eyes. All right, goes into overtime. I disagree with that, but I understand it's a philosophy. Now you're in double overtime, and Colin Sexton is cooking everybody. Do you want to call a timeout? You want to break the rhythm a little bit? You want to get some sugar-free Gatorade on the sideline? Nah, let's play through it. Let's have the game get out of hand. Easily. 2 options. Blow a timeout, ask for a timeout, or do the old Jason Kidd. Throw some water on yourself. Stop the clock. Whatever you need to do to break Colin Sexton's rhythm, give it a shot. The third thing is, while you're at the timeout drinking some sugar-free Gatorade, hey guys, anybody tired? Anybody need a breather? Because I played everybody for 50 minutes, even though I told Malika Andrews that I didn't want Kyrie to go over 40. So for those 3 reasons, I thought that Steve Nash looked... But Brandon, they went into double overtime already at pushing 40 minutes. So I thought Steve Nash was very disappointing performance when you could have won the game just by fouling Colin Sexton before you even got to double overtime.
Great points, Wilds. And you're right. Look, it's a philosophy. Some coaches like to foul in that situation. Others don't. But Steve Nash clearly got caught up in doing what the rest of us were doing last night. Watching to see the big 3. He was caught up. That's all there was to it. He forgot. Their minutes were ridiculous. He didn't even play Landry Shamet. I don't know if Landry Shamet's in the doghouse or what, but Nash got caught up. He's got a lot to learn as well. Remember, too, this Nick, they've got 3 open roster spots. They've got the disabled player exception. They will bring in defensive-minded veterans.
That's right. Yeah, all those great NBA players that are currently unemployed. Yes, let's do it.
Remember, you know what
I think China's season's about to end. That's right. Let's go.
Yeah,
is Bismack Biyombo? I think Bismack is not on a roster. Let's do it. Yes. Yes, disabled player exemption. Will be cut. Open roster spots. Players
currently on the rosters will be cut. Remember that. That always happens.
Yes, that's right.
Some of those veterans will want to join the Nets. And so you're getting way ahead of yourself, Nick. Rein it in a little bit. wasn't terrific. It was disjointed at times.